All right, so today we're diving into UmairSpire.
Yeah.
UmairSpire. So this is a motivational resource,
Yeah.
you know, and they really focus on self-improvement and hitting those goals you set for yourself.
It seems like it. Yeah.
Yeah, and building that success mindset.
Yeah.
They promise a daily dose of motivation. And who couldn't use a little bit more of that, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, everybody's looking for a little boost now and then, you know, and that desire for growth is something that we all share.
Right.
But staying motivated is always the tricky part. And I think that's what UmairSpire is really trying to be that tool to bridge that gap.
So they're not just serving up like generic motivational quotes?
No.
What makes UmairSpire different from like all the other self-help stuff out there, you know?
So one of the big things that I see is this concept of micro goal setting.
Okay.
So instead of, setting these huge goals and then getting overwhelmed by them, they really encourage you to break them down into these tiny manageable steps that you can tackle daily. And it's kind of like building a pyramid.
Okay.
One brick at a time.
Okay, so one brick at a time.
Right.
Do you think that actually helps people overcome procrastination?
Absolutely.
Because I know a lot of people I know,
Sure.
I mean, myself included, you feel so paralyzed when you have this big goal.
Yeah, well, procrastination often stems from feeling overwhelmed. And so if you can break it down into those small wins,
Right.
you start building momentum, and that can be incredibly motivating.
Yeah, and I noticed they also mention these things called momentum triggers.
Yes.
What are momentum triggers?
Well, you can think of them as like personalized cues that remind you of your goals and kind of inspire you to take action.
Okay.
It could be something as simple as a quote, that you keep on your desk, or it could be a photograph that symbolizes your dream.
Wow.
Or even like a specific song that gets you pumped up.
Yeah.
It's about creating this environment that constantly nudges you in the right direction.
So it's not just about willpower. It's about building systems and strategies
Right.
that kind of support your goals.
Absolutely.
And they also have a whole section
Yes.
on mindset shifts.
Yeah, that was fascinating.
Yeah, I was reading about that.
It's so interesting how, our thinking really shapes, our reality.
Not reality.
So it's about identifying and then challenging those limiting beliefs that are holding us back.
So like instead of saying, I can't do this,
Right.
you say, I'm learning how to do this.
Absolutely. It's about reframing your thinking to be more positive and empowering.
I love that. I love that. But
Yeah.
I do wonder, because they have this no excuses, just growth tagline, right?
Yes.
What about when, life throws those curveballs and things genuinely get in the way?
I think that's a great point. And while it's super important to hold ourselves accountable,
Right.
it's equally important to acknowledge, that setbacks and challenges, they're a part of life.
Yeah.
It's about finding that balance between pushing ourselves and being kind to ourselves.
Yeah, it's a journey, not a sprint, right?
Exactly.
It's like small steps, consistency.
Yeah.
And building that positive mindset.
Yeah, precisely.
So to like bring it back to our listener, what's one thing they could take away
Okay.
from UmairSpire's approach today?
So I would say think about one area of your life where you would like to see growth.
Okay.
And then ask yourself, what's one tiny step?
Okay.
Maybe something that just takes 5 minutes that you could do today to start moving towards that goal.
Love it. Little food for thought
Yeah.
as we wrap up our deep dive into UmairSpire.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Bye.